What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to From Boys to Men.
Word.
The podcast. They having a lot of fun today, apparently. This is a special episode because it's the last one of the season.
Facts.
But it's not the last one ever. We're going to be back because that's what we do.
Better than ever.
Better than ever. We like to, we got this thing basically when it comes to ending these seasons. The plan is to always do something different, like to prep and do something different and make it special, change up the way we do things. This season, y'all got to see video. You know what I'm saying? We went from no video to just audio to now we on YouTube, now we on Facebook, and it's been super dope. So we excited to be able to.
Season 3, we bringing on Barack Obama. That's the only way we can. We can grow. You know?
Hey, Barack, if you catch this, I'm gonna send this to you. So I know you get a lot of messages, but I'm gonna send this to you if you want to get on it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he down for it.
I'm just saying.
He low key probably would.
I was about to say we gon' hey.
But it's about getting the message to him. That's really the If we could get that to him,
it's got to go through Secret Service.
Can we say what's cool?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton too. You want to say a little Bill Clinton too? No.
Jay-Z, you know.
Jay-Z. Hey, we can say one of Jay-Z.
Watch. Eventually, we gonna be getting those kind of interviews.
I can't have Jay-Z's hair on here, dog.
Yeah.
That's just wild, bro.
Okay, you can't insult the man.
That's out of pocket.
Podcast 101.
It's out of pocket, bro. You seen his hair?
I seen
You
his
out
hair.
of pocket.
That is perfectly fine. That's a conversation piece that we was talking about.
It's not that I have a problem
Why
with
is his
this.
hair the way his hair is?
Conversation piece.
Yeah, why is his hair the way his hair
it's the
is?
specific.
Like
I don't get that
random piece of art that don't nobody know how to
He
explain.
ain't answered that in no interview, so this would be the perfect place.
Like him and Cam Newton got the same hairstyle, and I'm trying to figure out.
to bring on Cam.
I don't get that. I don't
think
get that
they got
hairstyle.
that. They
Cam got a lot of free
from
time.
The Weeknd, but the Weeknd had already given up.
True. The Weeknd did kind of start that whole movement of that.
The Weeknd had the claw though.
He did. It was.
He had
it was
a
a
claw.
very. It almost looked like a can of spinach, like from Popeye, bro. like he had just opened a joint and it popped out, and that's it was just sitting. The top was still sitting over. Like that's how it looked, bro.
Yes, today's topic we're talking about hairstyles. Crazy
Good,
hairstyles
bad,
we
or
think of.
indifferent.
I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff on this podcast, man. Like this season, bro, has been fun, man. We had some guests on here, man.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy Jason Talley. Shout out to David Hull, man. We
At your man, what's the deal?
we had a chance and to have them on here, man. It was super dope. We definitely I will share that with y'all. We got because it's a lot more that we're gonna be doing for next season, but we're gonna be having a lot of guests. That's the plan to be able to continue to. We got some things lined up, and we got we're gonna have people prepared to come out here and just share some stuff with us, man. And we want to do it big, but we got some other stuff planned too. That we putting in the works and doing some different things. So
So we need time. That's all we say.
yeah, man, super excited.
That's why
but
we gotta have seasons. You gotta have breaks.
yeah, man,
Get the stuff in and get everything in order.
treating it like a show because
It
that's
is
what
a
it
show.
is.
It is
Feel
a
me?
show. It is a show.
Yeah,
That's all you
man.
did.
It's the best show on Facebook.
That's all
Come
you
on.
did there.
I agree. It is the best show on Facebook.
So we're going to have a fall break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's smart.
And the return date to be determined.
Yeah, we'll let you know. It won't be that long.
It
We're
won't
not
be.
gonna-
We ain't gonna be gone for a year.
Yeah,
Relax.
like it'll be
it'll
several
a little
months
bit.
or something like
Yeah,
that. But
it'll be a little
Maybe.
It'll be.
Maybe a couple weeks.
Well, maybe he won't be on.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, maybe.
He's going to start his own.
All right.
It's gonna be. We're gonna do the Joe Budden. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna be pointing at the empty chair and talking about why he ain't here. Be like, hey,
He who will not be
ain't bring
named.
nothing to the podcast.
He who will not be named.
You notice he let the rest of his facial hair grow back.
Man, thank God for that, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a blessing.
Anywho, I guess
So,
that's since we're talking about Dom.
It's kind of a good segue into, a good old.
Oh man, yeah. Story time with Dom. Take it away.
One time for the one time. It's showtime. We about to go ahead.
Never slacking, never lacking.
Never slacking, never lacking. My shoe turned sideways, and I'm about to keep walking. Whatever. You just come up with different ones. Go ahead.
I appreciate the intro. I don't know how to pick that.
Hey,
Anyway,
We never knew how to take it. You know what I mean?
Right. So.
I'm keep it simple. What up, though, my fellow peoples? What's the deal? You know who it is. Down before Nick all day, every day. Quick little story. I mean,
That was simple. In comparison.
so this was some years ago. I don't think I've told this one. Everybody got this type of story though, but I don't know how funny it's about to be. But it's gonna be something different. So, anyways,
they're all usually
It usually is.
you know what I'm saying?
Last few been on point.
the last few have been a little more encouraging, sort of, kind of.
That's good.
This ain't that. So, anyways, we was going to get a long time ago. I was like 18, 19. I was going to get some food.
Strap yourselves.
Me and my
in.
sister and a couple people.
gonna
You
be
know
a
what I'm
bumpy
saying?
ride.
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like maybe like my second or third time going to Buffalo Wild Wings, whatever.
That was when
Dubs?
Buffalo Wild Wings was actually good.
Yeah,
Facts.
they trash now.
Yeah, unless y'all want to sponsor. us.
Yeah, then y'all amazing.
Once again, facts. So, you know what I'm saying? We in there, you know, I usually get, you know, honey barbecue wings, whatever, some fries,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
a little bit of ranch, water, lemonade. Gotta have a lemonade. Get some mini corn
Back
dogs.
then, I used to. Yeah, I definitely had some.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
them deep fried mushrooms from
Bro, them
boys was on point.
garlic roasted mushrooms, bro. They ooh wee.
Y'all like mushrooms? Ugh.
Bro, with the Southwest dressing?
Oh yeah.
Man, talk about it. Go ahead.
Anywho,
I was about to say, I ain't never.
I
Anyway.
ain't never.
So,
Y'all don't like mushrooms?
Nah, bro.
I like them on my burgers.
If you had these deep
Sauteed.
fried ones, bro, they
They was
Or
on
my
point.
steak. Ooh, with a steak, that sounds good.
hold on, don't ruin the steak, bro. Just
No,
let it be.
no.
I'm not saying I don't like mushrooms with my steak, bro.
Pan-seared? Like, that's
Pan-seared mushrooms with some.
I like mushrooms
some
with my steak,
onions.
just not on my steak. It's not on top of it. But go ahead, man.
So, anyways, you know what I'm saying? We had Buffalo Wild Wings. You know, this one time I decided to be
Steak
different.
butter.
You know what I'm saying? I think this when my appetite got stupid. I'm like, all right, let me get my 18, you know, some my normal 18 wings, whatever.
Bro, normal, bro.
Now, yeah.
18
Notice he
wings, bro.
said normal 18 wings. That's a
wild.
normal.
There's a reason he said that.
Because I know I get a 24 in a
Anywho.
minute or something real.
Anywho.
Yeah, he used to get 24, so that's
Go ahead.
really.
Anyway,
What you get like?
18 was a low day.
Triple Whopper or something like
I
that.
actually get triple Whopper with cheese.
Hey, first of all, hey, back in the day, they used to have this triple stack. Whopper. We ain't never gonna let him get to a story. but
Never.
Burger King used to have this thing
First
called
time.
the triple stack, dog.
What about the Baconator from Wendy's? Was that Wendy's?
Yeah, that's Wendy's.
That was Wendy's. Yeah.
They still got that. I used to.
That's
It was-
small though.
It was.
No. That big Baconator. They had the 3-patty boy.
Don't they got like a Baconzilla or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
yeah.
No, they had a bacon in
That's
there.
wild.
They did.
Now,
Okay.
what
Can't
you
eat
talking
that now.
about is the Dave's Triple. Now, the
Ooh,
Dave's
Dave's
Triple,
Triple.
and you
Smack that out, boy.
Man, let me tell you. You eat a Dave's Triple right now. It's gonna take some years off your life. I'm
No,
tell you
it
right
ain't.
now.
that's facts.
Telling you,
It's
telling
triple with a
you.
large fry and from the
Telling
little
you.
small frosty.
You
Vanilla.
going to sleep?
That's why you got health issues now.
Right.
So, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buying Frosties with it, dipping his burgers in it.
Not my fries.
First of all, fries and the frosty. Man, we ain't never gonna get that story, dog.
He said burgers and a frosty though.
He wild. Once again,
That's what
this man is
He
wild.
said, give your burgers and a frosty.
I'm sorry.
This man wild. So we went to Buffalo Wild Wings this time.
Whose man's is this, dog? Like
Man, I just showed up here. I don't know none of y'all.
So this time, you know,
that much is clear.
I,
Chuck.
you know, so I get my 18 wings, but I decided, you know, what I'm saying I'm getting my honey barbecue, and then I was like, all right, I don't. Everybody know I don't really eat, you know, medium or buffalo sauce like that, but I decided.
First of all, the medium sauce is what was fire.
So, anyways, I decided to get the medium, and then
Never letting them get
Then
done.
I was dumb, and I decided to get the blazing to see,
here we
see if
go.
I can take
Here
it.
we go.
Oh man.
No, I just bought
boy.
it. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
about to
interested
be
in this story.
wild.
Crazy. You might as well do the challenge.
Nah, cause I'm happy it didn't. No. So, anyways,
All right, Blazing.
I know
All
I
right.
did the challenge. It wasn't that bad.
I ain't never gonna get to the
Me
story
too.
for
We
real.
gonna
No.
talk about it
Bread,
after you
some
get done.
bread afterwards.
Right, go ahead.
So, anyways, we chilling, eating. We all talking, woo woo. You know, I'm dipping wings, ranch. You know, eating, sipping lemonade. And I decided like, bet, let me hit this blazing now. You know, I got my taste buds ready. The first one, I'm smothered in ranch.
Oh, you cheating.
Ate it.
Nah, it still hits you though.
I'm chewing. Felt the little tingle. I'm like, it's a little warm.
It's not as bad at first.
I'm like,
Say
cool.
warm?
Hey, it's a little warm, you know.
At first.
I'm eating. All right.
Getting hotter, huh?
Then all of a sudden, you know,
It's the breathing. That's what it is.
that's
Yeah.
what happened. I'm like, you know,
It's the air.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, okay. Then all of a sudden,
Sucking in air like
I did like, and it was stupid
Or
saucy.
steak.
Yeah.
It was stupid saucy.
Yeah.
And you know the one rule you're not supposed to do when you got a bunch of sauce,
Touch your eyes.
lick your lips.
Oh, yeah, that's the word. Oh my God, your lips was on fire.
So I'm like, all right, I got sauce. I'm like, I did the lick lip, got all the sauce off, right? All of a sudden, my lips started tingling, right?
That's because them joints started cracking like concrete.
Like, bro. I'm like, they started tingling and stinging like I done put Vicks Vapor Rub underneath my eyelids or something, bro. Just saying.
It got cracking. He said cracking like concrete. I can't look. Time out. I apologize. This right here, bro.
Look, it was they was burning. But I'm like, all right, I'm used. You used to some type of heat. Then all of a sudden, I went for the second one. This time, I decided no ranch. I took one bite. When I swear to you, I'm telling you, bro. I tell you.
Neither could he.
I started chewing. I had to spit it out. I started crying. My eyes was red. I was drooling.
You were drooling?
Bro, I couldn't do
Snot coming down his nose.
I couldn't do nothing. It was bad, bro.
I was drooling.
It was bad, bro.
I can't breathe.
I couldn't feel my mouth. Everybody at the table, oh my God, you okay? You okay? You okay? I'm like, no, I can't chew.
Chest was hurting.
Oh my
Man, all of a sudden they're like, get him some milk.
First of all, if nobody's ever told you, the get milk when it's spicy thing is the worst decision of all time. Doesn't actually help.
Bro, so I'm drinking. Milk don't help. There was like, dip your tongue in a ranch. I got a whole new thing of ranch. I just all in ranch. Nothing.
Worse. Nothing worse.
So you ain't go for no bread?
Bread does help.
Dion, I couldn't even think. My fault, Chuck. I couldn't even think right. I'm gonna tell you, my brain was just done. It shut off.
So the wings fried his brain.
Yeah. Never do it again. So y'all wonder why I don't eat spicy food?
That's
like
why.
that? Yeah, that was
The blazing challenge?
Bro, I'm not doing that.
Oh, you
ever.
ain't do the challenge.
Hold on, man. We're not about to just slide past.
Oh, we gonna slide because
No, we're not about to slide past what Chuck just said.
Oh,
dog.
we gonna slide past what you just said.
So what you're saying is, your brain was fried by the wings. Come on, man. Like what?
You fried wings, right?
So, anyways, anybody out there who eats spicy food, go ahead eat it. Anybody who don't eat spicy food, take it from me. Don't do it.
I don't know.
Don't do it.
He probably got a weak tolerance.
Well,
I did the blazing challenge. It wasn't that bad. And I did it without drinking.
Hey, I'm gonna let you
water
finish though, but that
afterwards.
was
story time with Don.
all right, cool. Now you can finish.
You could also just have no intestinal lining.
Well,
Okay.
Well, he was in the hospital one time.
So
That was not for that.
I'm very happy you told this story. So
What?
speaking of Buffalo Wild Wings and your story you've done, I've actually done the challenge. Just the same way as Chuck has, but I did not do the blazing challenge. I did their ghost pepper wing challenge.
Oh, they got that? That's
They did. So it was hotter than blazing. I've done it twice.
That sounds psycho.
One is actually on YouTube. If y'all want to go look it up, it's on the Token Trio. So it's
Wait,
actually
you said ghost
visible.
pepper? Like they actually give you the ghost pepper?
No, they have a ghost pepper sauce. They had ghost
You know
pepper
they got
sauce.
that ghost pepper chip too, right? What is that
Yeah,
called?
No,
I
I just chipped every.
Yeah, it's called.
They got that joint at 7-Eleven now.
Yeah.
That's how popular it's got.
It's Pocky or something. Pocky.
Yeah, Pocky, yeah.
Yeah, terrible. Don't ever do that. But so I did.
Terrible.
I did the
We
challenge.
should.
I'm gonna tell you what
I'm not.
works and what does not work. Okay. Milk works as long as milk is in your mouth. If once
Yeah.
you swallow the milk,
Yeah, it's over.
It's done.
Exactly.
It
But
goes-
that's the problem. Nobody keeps.
It
you're not gonna
comes right
keep it in
back.
your mouth.
What Dom messed up. I heard the story. Where you messed up is you pause between the first one and the
Yep.
second one.
Allow too much air.
When you're doing it, if you're gonna do it after the burning's not gonna hit you until right when you're getting done with the second one. And then that's when it really starts to kick in. You have to just power through the ranch. Look, don't use the ranch. Milk. Don't use nothing until you get done. Really.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's
I'm gonna tell you
gonna
the
just
problem
slow
with
you
milk
down.
though. I'm gonna tell you the problem with milk though.
You lactose?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Which whole nother story. I think most people are actually lactose.
They are.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. That's a science.
But I think The problem with that is even if you have it like if you leave it in your mouth, pause. Your lips are still going to be on fire.
100%.
Which is going to make it tough for you 100%. To not swallow the milk. Like
there's nothing you can do about your lips. Nothing.
You're not supposed to lick your lips. I know that.
They're going to get on your lips regardless.
Chuck, you got a solution? You said there is.
Yeah, put plastic over your lips. I mean, there's no way of getting around it.
Like in that Batman and Robin movie.
Could you imagine, buddy?
You have to like buttery bread.
Here's the thing.
I've
tried.
No. Hold on. What did you say?
Buttery bread.
Oh, buttery bread. It's good for your lips.
Yeah, like you hold it between your lips, and pause. And it's
gonna be a lot of pause.
and it soaks up some of the residue from the sauce that's on your lips.
I did.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. My thing is, I never had. I mean, the lip thing is a problem, but that's not the biggest problem for me, especially doing the ghost pepper. The ghost pepper issue was the inside of your mouth and the back of your throat and the tongue area.
Back of the throat be tough
because it feels like it's closing up.
Yeah, you can't do nothing about it.
Them ghost pepper wings, I'm telling you, you get headache. You get an instant headache, and forget not licking your lips. I went to the bathroom. And I'm just gonna leave it there. Can't touch nothing. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, dog.
You can wash your hands. It does not matter. That stuff stays on there. You better wear gloves.
Yeah, dog.
Gloves is necessary. Your eyes burn. Your nose burn.
But okay,
it's pure torture. But I did it.
All of this,
for the ghost pepper challenge, how many wings?
So after
6
wings.
So after all of this, why?
Yeah, and then the burn at the end. The 5-minute burn.
So you can get the T-shirt and your picture on the wall.
Yeah. So I did not.
Can I get a free meal?
It might be the most idiotic thing ever. I've wasted a meal.
Okay, so I don't pass up. So food. Here's the thing. So the first time we did it, I was just at B-Dubs. I didn't go there with that intention. I went to B-Dubs. A guy at the table behind us said, "Hey, look, we doing this challenge," and it was like 4 or 5 of us there. He was like, "We doing this challenge. Y'all should do it too."
Your man car was full right there.
So then she came to the table. I was like,
"Man cars."
Give me them ghost pepper wings. So they brought them to the table. She told me what the rules are, yada, yada, yada. I did not win because that was my first go-around. I was... I didn't quite understand. Yeah, I didn't quite understand the
the first time
severity.
First time was a man card. Second time you just chose to.
I did it for my YouTube channel. Yes, I did it. I did it for views.
I'll live with that.
But I knew what I was getting myself into. The other two with me did not. That's why that's what makes the video funny. So it's still a funny video. It's
the first time
go watch it.
And you can say all you want about the man card. I learned a long time ago that nobody is going to make me do anything stupid just because they say, "Oh, you ain't a man." We ain't like stuff like that. Like,
you ain't tough enough.
Don't bother me.
And if it's hot coming in,
I'll just look at it. You know it's fire coming out.
Let me look.
Fire.
Let me tell you,
hot lava.
I'm talking
Fuego.
about
It's actually more like lava.
Fuego.
Your stomach will hate you for about 2 days.
Stomach. Let's just keep it a buck.
No.
Your seat gonna hate you
before you even get to that.
Yeah.
Your stomach gonna hate you for a couple days. Hot, hurting, bubbling, the whole thing. It's not made for
nobody's stomach feeling hot.
Issue.
Oh, well, you ain't
had a ghost pepper.
I'm telling you.
No, I didn't.
I'm telling you, that stuff was crazy, but still very, very fun. And I think we should do it.
That's cool.
I'm not doing it.
That's cool.
That's what's up, y'all.
We should all do that one chip challenge.
Nah,
that's cool. I'm not.
I'm with the one chip.
The one chip is crazy.
I'm with the one chip.
We just talked about.
So
the one chip.
What's funny is though, I could see him doing it right, and it'd be the funniest.
How about we just had
episode of all time?
Wait.
That would be
an episode.
His reaction, bro.
He would get up, run out, and go lick the water outside.
He said he'll do the chip, but not the chicken. The chip is hotter than the chicken.
Yeah, bro.
I'm prepared for the chip.
This is not ghost pepper.
You're not prepared for the chip.
The
ghost
chip,
pepper not even the hottest.
The chip is so much hotter than hundreds of thousands hotter than the ghost pepper.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, my boy. They got some at the 7-Eleven around the corner from my crib. I get you a couple.
Hey,
the first episode back.
I can go grab one, come back.
The first episode back. The Pocky chip challenge.
You down?
Man.
Y'all paying me for this?
If you can do the challenge, I would 100% pay you for it.
Bet.
Bet. There it is. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all know what challenge we're talking about. If you don't, just go on YouTube and look up the chip challenge, and you will see the people who put themselves through this
It's
misery.
about to be wild.
But anywho,
but just know, challenge was accepted.
I make sure I go to Panera, grab you some bread.
don't grab them nothing.
Something about some bread.
I'm gonna have 911 on speed dial. Let me tell you.
Dom eyes
I'm gonna be asking for it.
His eyes gonna be bleeding. Bro.
Hey, you gonna see that slob and that snot coming out of the nose?
If he thought the blazing was bad, and he in for a rude awakening.
It's about to be out of pocket.
Anywho,
So
I know y'all thought we was talking about food today, but we wasn't. Dom just kind of threw us off. We actually do have a topic today.
we do.
We'll let
Dom finally let his mustache fill out.
That's the topic. Bam.
It's almost like it's like the Benjamin Button disease, right? So he went from the retired cop, right, all the way to a rookie cop. Like it just kind of went backwards.
Wait, did he make a detective already? I mean, is this detective status right here?
That's about detective. Yeah. He ain't got back to the veteran yet.
Yeah, I can't even argue with these dudes no more.
Because it's all love. It's all love. But so we gotta
Went from fire chief to patrol officer. Just real quick. You could. You bringing it back. That's good. That's good.
That only mustache was tough, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Only mustache.
The Carl Winslow. I'm telling you, man.
That was tough, dog. Well, now we've turned this into the Pocky challenge. So
That was more like Play's mustache. Getting Play.
The kid Clay mustache. You know what the craziest thing about all this is? We actually have a serious topic today, and that's the funny part. That's the funny part. Like we gonna transition from all this into something serious.
Never gonna get to it. Oh man,
at this point,
I'm in tears, bro.
might as well continue.
Oh man.
But,
all right, but we do got a serious topic to talk about.
Yeah. So and cut. All
It's
right.
hey, last episode of the season, man. We had to have some fun with it, man. It's super dope, but we definitely want to talk about something pretty serious. We disguised. We decided to talk about trying to provide for your family and with limited
Resources.
income, limited resources, like different things of that nature that make it tough. Unfortunately, there are a lot of black men that deal with this, you know, and man, it's a tough situation for them. But you know, it's people don't understand. Like when you can't provide for your family, it's and as a man, you try to figure out different ways to do different things, and you try to figure out what you can do. It's tough.
It can be defeating.
Very.
I've been in a position where early on in our marriage, this is before we had our son, where I lost my job, and first thing that came to my mind was, man, you know, I just got married. I think it was months into our marriage, and I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like she probably gonna be looking at me like, you gonna have to figure something out. Because at the time I had told her, I was like, you know, I don't want you to work if you don't want to. If you want to go back to school, do that. If you want to start a business, whatever, well, you can do that, and I'll make sure that everything else is taken care of.
Yeah.
And so when I lost my job, it hit me hard. I literally that night spent that entire night just up figuring things out. I think we went a whole month without me having a job, and we burned through a good portion of our savings at the time. I think most of our bills at the time came up to a little over $5,000 for that month, and that's hard.
Yeah.
You know, to sit there and be like, man, I'm depleting my funds. I got nothing else coming in. I don't know what to do. Now, that's not to say that's, the toughest thing out there, because there are guys that are out there going month to month to month, year to year to year, because they're limited on the amount of money that they are capable of bringing in. They may have a job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, but with that, they have responsibilities at home.
Yeah.
They have either limited education or limited ability to go out and pursue something with a higher pay, or especially back when our parents were raising us and they were growing up and their parents were raising them, it was hard for a lot of black men to go out and get a higher paying job.
Absolutely.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
And to go to college was even harder, because you had a lot of families who couldn't afford to send kids to college.
Right.
There weren't too many programs out there that allowed us to go through and receive a higher education to get a higher paying job. And then once you did have that degree, there was a slimmer chance to get that job because of your racial status. So, and this is not a race episode. This is just, for that demographic.
It's just our perspective, though.
Right?
That's
But for a lot of people, it could be that. Some people, they get injured. They are now on a fixed income. A lot of our veterans have to go through this. They come back, they can't fight, they can't be in the military anymore, they're injured. They can't get certain jobs because their skills didn't, translate to real world skills.
This country does our veterans
right
terribly.
Trash.
A lot of times.
So there's many different ways that a lot of people are out here that don't have the income that will be sufficient enough to provide for a family. Now, you can get into all the different financial issues that we have in our country and say that the rising standard of living,
which is trash for no reason,
is forcing people to have to go get more than one job, and to be in a home where there's 2 parents, both parents may have to work, which also creates more of an expense, because now if you have children, you have to be concerned about child care services.
Yeah.
To make sure that your child is looked after while you're at work. Then you have to have a lot of times you need multiple vehicles, because if one parent is working, the other parent needs to get home from work, or go pick up kids, go grocery shopping, go do this, that, and the other. That's another expense. So it's difficult to have a low or limited income and raise a family.
he out here teaching y'all.
I mean, no, for real though.
I agree.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
For me,
It's like,
it's funny you don't have nothing, but
I got something, but
I got you. I think
What just happened?
I feel like that was a low blow.
It was weird.
I agree with everything you're saying, but I think there's 2 buckets to that. I think you have the bucket of.
here we go.
That's what you're here for.
Hey, it's cool.
It's cool. He's the enigma of the group.
I mean, y'all might actually agree. So it's
just-
okay.
yeah, I'm just messing.
You never know.
You are the
But-
enigma, but go ahead.
As I said, I agree with what Chuck said. But I think there's two kinds of people. I think there are definitely the group that you bring a child in the world and you run into some hardships along the way. You may lose a job or whatever, and then that's something that you got to battle through and find ways out. But I think there's another group who takes having a child for granted. And they have kids before they're ready to have kids. And I think we put a lot of kids in unfair situations because you're not financially stable to take care of yourself. And then you go out and be irresponsible, and then you have a child. Now you're in a situation where you have to try to take care of yourself and a child, and you barely had funds to take care of you and your wife, or if it's just the wife herself or the guy himself, you couldn't take care of yourself. Now you're bringing a child into this world, and you're focused have to try to take care of you and that child. I think we have a lot of those situations as well of people who are ill-equipped to deal with a family in general and should have never had one.
That's a good phrase, like that.
Yeah, and they never should have had a family.
Shouldn't have gotten married at the time they did.
At that point,
Yeah, you shouldn't have gotten married, was
different
super
things
young,
like
and it all came from being irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because then you have to grow up really quick. And a lot of the time, well, I don't say a lot of the time, some of the time, that's why there was not a lot of education. That was why they wasn't able to get those further themselves, was because they had kids at a young age, or they had kids at a time in their life when it stopped them from getting from point A to point B. Then they should have had the child. So I think there's a lot of personal responsibility that falls in how you end up in those situations, but how you get out of those situations it's a mental switch that you have to flip that I think is really tough for a lot of people. Now you're going from taking care of just yourself to taking care of someone who cannot do anything, cannot provide. They need everything from you. They need everything from you, and a lot of people are not prepared to do that. And I think
Most people aren't.
yeah, and I think people put themselves in that situation because they have one irresponsible night, and they say, hey, well, I can do this.
But don't realize what they actually have to do.
Yeah, and then then that's why I think a lot of kids are in really unfortunate situations because of the decisions their parents made. Not let alone, obviously, we know what this world is. We know what the limitations we already have. So being irresponsible in that fashion is, that's just not cool. Cause
It's almost damning.
Yeah, because you're literally so
it's hard
now
to
we're
get
in a
out of it,
cycle.
yeah.
So now we're in the cycle of you. The kid is seeing what you're doing, and he or she's not getting a whole lot of attention because his mom's working 3 or 4 jobs, and now he's finding influence in other places, and they'll probably end up making the same decisions. And then now we're in the same endless cycle that people have to break, because now in 2021 there are lots of opportunities for us. There's lots of avenues for us to get money and for us to go to college, but we have to break the cycle and stop and pause and actually look at hey, we actually have a future that we can look forward to.
I think that one of the hardest parts about that is though, yeah, I mean, I agree with it. Everything cool, but on the flip
I'm
side,
sick of y'all saying y'all agree. Just talk.
I mean, we don't agree.
I'm just playing. I want some disagreement.
When I disagree, I'm gonna tell you.
we know. We know.
I don't
Check the
disagree.
logbook. For
I just
a
think
fact.
there's multiple angles to it. That's
law-
No, yeah,
Look, oh.
but you gotta think about the other people who check tape. You want to check tape? No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Had a moment. No. But they're the ones who get caught up in the machine because of that one moment in their life. But I think one of the biggest issues that's happening now is that people choose to go into the machine. There are people who choose to put themselves in that position, and they think they can live off of it because of how the world is now. How they say the government assistance and everything helps out. They put themselves in a position so they don't think it's irresponsible. They think about, I'm about to use my resources to my best
those
advantage.
tax checks.
Tax checks, bridge card. I ain't hate anybody who needs it. We would never
Need it for sure.
We would never.
I would never because it's there for a reason.
It's
But the
hard,
problem is so many people take advantage of it.
and that's the problem.
But if I see
They're
you
looking for these.
But if you got 5 or 6 kids and you couldn't take care of one, you don't have the income to take care of one. Then I have to look at you a certain way.
exactly.
I want to touch on that because today, in the times that we live in, to go out and have, kid after kid after kid, I absolutely believe that's irresponsible.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
But if we look at when our grandparents were coming up and our parents were coming up,
Right.
it was a almost like a normal thing in society for people to have 10, 15, 20
10
kids.
used to have people used to have like 8.
You gotta think about the culture
18
back
kids.
then was also different, and
the
also
culture
the way of living.
was back then.
Black
It
people-
was good to have that many kids because they'd be able to help out.
right.
At where it wasn't easy to go out and get a job, so you had to do that kind of labor at home
Right.
to provide for yourself, farming, cleaning, building, cooking, all of that stuff. There had to be.
But they also
extra
weren't
hands on
looking for government handouts.
That's
Like,
true.
I'm not saying nobody was.
Well, there was-
But in
there
general,
were-
there wasn't any.
But yeah, and
So-
that's
Not
what I'm
places
saying.
like that, no.
But they knew what they were getting themselves into back then. And
Right. I think today, like you said, it's a whole different ball game. Where if I'm gonna sit down with my wife and say, hey, let's go ahead and have 4 or 5 kids, just for the heck of it, because we want 4 or 5 kids, and we're not financially ready to have 4 or 5 kids.
it's unfair to the kid.
Go ahead. Finish
You
what
know,
you were saying.
it's right. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's not fair to the kids, and now I have to go and bust my butt so that I am able to at least maintain
Something for them.
Something
And
for
then that's
them.
not fair to the kid because now you're not home.
exactly.
So what about those who didn't plan to have 4 or 5 kids, right? Now they're in. Now let's just say
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I already know he's gonna say. I actually agree with what he's thinking.
Wait, go
But
ahead.
go ahead.
I just don't understand how you don't plan to have 4 or 5 kids. But go ahead.
I mean, you cannot plan to have 4 or 5 kids.
That's like accidentally,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you have to do something to have kids, but it's fine. But go ahead.
I'm talking about. I'm not. I'm okay. Okay. Let's be. Let's be clear.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about. Let's say we're a married couple. Okay.
Right.
Let's be clear here.
Right.
Okay. Now, obviously, you a married couple. You gonna say you got to do something to get. You gonna not have sex, right? You gonna have you some sex. When you married.
Right. You gotta be
Protection
protected, though.
Right. But that don't always. It's not 100%. You know that, right?
I understand that, but ain't no. You're not telling me
I didn't.
that.
I didn't even hear him. So
I know, but
What,
but ain't
protection?
nobody telling me that the protection failed 4 or 5 times and you had kids. I know. You. That's what they say, bro. I heard so many people say that,
Why she sound like
bro. Because if that's the case, then it is not 99%, bro. I mean, that's what it is. It must be like 80%, 70%, 60%. Because that's what everybody say. Don't nobody ever
hey,
just say
I mean,
that we messed up.
If it's a passing grade, it's a passing grade.
But if you have 4 or 5 kids, one time, yeah, for
What?
sure. You say you got a passing grade. I have no idea.
He
what
said
that means.
60% is a passing grade.
I didn't say that. I just said the passing grade is passing grade.
I just don't know how you slip up into having. I guess it is possible. So I guess we can talk about
But to what you said,
anything's
to the,
possible.
how would he equate that?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I mean, that's the same.
Devil's
That's the same concept as somebody. You know what I'm saying? You get your wife pregnant, and all of a sudden, it's 4 babies in there. You didn't plan.
Well,
to
that's
have 4.
different. Yeah, if you
But no,
that's different.
No, it's not. Because you didn't. You plan on having a kid. Cool.
Quadruplets.
I'm just saying.
But that's not irresponsible to me.
That's an anomaly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's
But
not.
nevertheless, but based on your,
You said like it's regular.
I mean, no, it happens. Well, let's be honest. It happens more now than it did back in the past. But
That's still very low, though.
but
I mean,
regardless,
Still,
Quadruplets,
Yeah.
bro? Like,
I mean,
you know somebody? I don't.
I don't.
think for a second.
I
no,
know
you
it's
don't
on
know
TV.
nobody no goggle.
I don't
Yeah,
even.
I mean,
I don't even.
people-
know
Nobody
anybody-
with no quadruplets.
I don't even know anybody with triplets.
But
Bro.
anyway,
So,
to expect to
Twins
have
are
one, to expect to have
common.
one kid, but then all of a sudden knows you got to have you having 2 or 3 more. For
sure.
It's kind of one of the moments of
Oh, I agree
you know
with
what
that.
I'm saying. You got to make do. What you
I
got.
agree. I agree with that, but that's not. But that's not majority of the cases.
But you
it's
talking
not.
about
Majority of the cases is people are having. Here's the thing. Here's the problem because I feel like we can have this conversation. Then we definitely need to transition into what to do in that situation. But my thing is, a lot of people put themselves in the situation.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
That's
sure.
I do agree
it's
with that.
self-inflicting. It's a self-inflicting wound that we put on ourselves that's unnecessary. Is because somehow we've gotten to this point that we have to have sex. We have to. We have to. It's because then you have this conversation with folks
I'm
like
married. I do.
I fully understand, but
100%. That's
majority of the
part of marriage.
time we're not talking about married folks.
For sure. Because it's
Married folks with
less,
kids.
It's probably less. I don't even know this. I feel like it's less married people than
Yeah,
not.
a full family with a mom, dad, married, kids, more than likely is not struggling nearly as bad as a family
For sure.
has a single parent.
No, that's real. That's real.
And majority of people we're talking about.
No,
The
that's
majority of people we're talking about who kids is messed up and can't go to college and all this are kids with one parent of whichever side it's on. It's kids
It's
with
kind
one
of
parent.
impossible to have one parent.
One active parent.
I'm just being a jerk right
So
now.
let me throw this.
Not impossible.
Let me.
Anywho.
Nope. Nope.
Moving on.
Nope. So I'm gonna throw this at you.
All right.
The people that
There
choose.
are lab-grown children.
They're what?
There are lab-grown children. This is scientific fact.
All right, man.
So
Go ahead.
So
Nah,
for
we gonna
the
ignore
people that choose to go
Okay.
to throw themselves in the machine,
Right.
Do you think all of them? Do you think the mentality of I'm gonna use this machine at my best ability to make sure I get out of it, or you think they go in like I'm just gonna keep using this machine?
See, this is where I get called Uncle Tom.
I think people
I'm-
prefer. I think people prefer, in the general sense, to stay in. They want it. They want help. That's what people prefer, to stay in the machine, as you call it.
But machine broken.
They, for sure.
For sure.
I agree, but people would prefer. They would still prefer to be a part of that
100%.
than to try to have to figure it out themselves.
But you don't
or
move
make it
on
work.
nowhere. You
Well,
don't move up in
because
life at
the
all.
problem is
People are okay with being right where they are.
100%.
They're okay with being mediocre.
well,
That's people.
That's less than
well,
me.
wouldn't you be
That's my
okay
version.
For sure.
Would you be okay with being mediocre if I gave you money and
No.
you can survive
No.
and eat what you want, live where you want, and not have to work?
No.
Okay, but a lot, but,
I
a lot of people are. So I'm saying,
but I would.
They got
consider-
food,
you
they got a
would
house,
think there
but,
was-
and they don't even
Sometimes
they don't
it's
even
just-
be bad places.
No, I get it.
So,
I get it.
So,
I get it.
Sometimes they don't. You
here's
right.
my thing: we have a system where it's built to stay in it. So you at the grocery
Well-
store, and you have people on Facebook. I ain't trying to talk about nobody food stamps, but you on Facebook, and people say, "Oh, I got crab leg steak and stuff." Okay, cool. But that's not gonna push you.
That $2,000
That's the
food
problem
stamps.
with that is
If you can do
it's
as
meant to
well
keep
as
them-
anybody else was working, why
and
would
like
I
you
work?
said, it's meant to keep them. Well, the difference is the mentality though.
It
Because
is.
it's like you said,
100%.
they're okay with just being okay,
Right.
As opposed to wanting to progress.
And
so
that's-
that's why I
but that's
said
that rabbit
I know
hole.
my mindset is different because I'm the type of person that's always trying to go forward, and trying to
Right.
figure something out, to progress and do something different, things of that nature. So I know, but I also know that the majority of people don't
Trying to
think that
evolve
way.
into a new Pokemon. You feel
Like
me?
we have to push. I think we have to push people. I think because it's but we have to push people because I don't
Right,
necessarily blame them for the mentality because I can see how they can get into that rut because they mama did it probably and mama before that did it. Grandma did it, great grandma did it, and it becomes a
It's a
cycle.
cycle, for sure.
It's a cycle. Then you're not really taught
Yeah.
to want better.
No, I agree.
And I've always said that. I think
think that's
it
something
starts at
that's
home.
supposed to be taught.
But it's
To want
I
better,
think
it
it's
has to be taught.
unconsciously.
I don't.
taught. I think so.
I think it's something that you honestly have to have a desire for, because at the end of the day, I can teach you to want better. That doesn't mean you're gonna actually want better.
But I think I hear you, but I also think that there's that's why I say it's an unconscious thing. I don't think you necessarily have to say you need to want better. You can. I'm saying there are some instances where that can happen, but I think there's certain things that you see that unconsciously you'll start to pick up on, and it makes you kind of want more. You know what I mean? Like at least that's what I feel like. That's what
I think
agree.
I think at home, I think a lot of the conversations is negative. Growing up, I think it's a lot of
a lot of abuse,
Yeah.
like verbally.
Yeah, and
not
it's
even just physically.
It's
but
a lot
verbally,
of
like.
Why do you think a bunch of rappers always talking about people telling them that they were never gonna make it? People say, "Oh, every rapper said it," because they probably all heard it.
In their home.
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
And they home.
No, seriously though.
Parents, because they heard it from their parents, they are pushing off this narrative that, okay, you from X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
We only got this amount of money. You can't do that.
Yeah.
This is what you can do.
You can't get out of here.
Yeah, this is all you can do right here. The wild dream, like, well, I don't know why you even thinking about nothing like that. That the world would never let you do that. It's the white man's country. It would never let you succeed. It will never let you do this. It will never let you do that. But my thing is, you can. But if you hear that for 18 years,
I mean, let me ask you.
it's gonna
this.
get ingrained.
Honestly,
Can I ask? Oh,
That
go ahead.
kind of-
I'll let you
that-
say this.
that
'cause
thought
I- no,
process
I'll
gets
ask this
ingrained.
question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because
honestly,
I got a question
because
specific.
I'm just thinking about, for example, sharecropping, right? Think your grandparents, great grandparents, who were sharecroppers, who were out there, putting in the hard work,
Right.
Because that was at the time, the only way that they knew they could make a living and survive, so that they can leave their children something, right? And so their children are raised in that same environment, sharecropping, make this money. This is the way we can pay our bills.
Right.
And so then you have this next generation, or even the generation after, who comes along, and they're in school. And in school, even if the school itself isn't teaching you all the different ways to make money, you have peers around you who have interacted with other people who are now able to introduce you or your child to something that shows them a different way to succeed in life.
Right.
And so they come home and say, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, this new idea of how we can have a wonderful life, and this is how it works. And so you go take that to your parents, and they look at you and be like, well, they ain't gonna make no money right now. They ain't gonna pay these bills right now. They ain't gonna put food on this table right now. And it's that right now mentality. And I think that's where a lot of families end up telling their kids, you're not gonna make it doing that, because it's not gonna
Bring money
pay your
right now.
bills right now. It's not gonna put food in your mouth right now.
And it's funny you brought that up, because people always say, like, the generation now is the microwave generation, which in certain aspects are true, but then they act like that mentality wasn't going prior to, just in a different space.
Yeah.
It was it was brought to light a different way. Like they would say these things, like you mentioned, differently, and that's never going to help your child to truly progress and truly grow. It's never going to work that way. And my question for you was, because how I mean, y'all can answer this too, but like I just like how many times, I just say this because I know he's a big dreamer. Like he always has creative ideas, always got different things going on. Like he's like thinking to the moon.
Like his house.
Chuck seriously believes he's gonna build a house on the moon one day. He's like, maybe not that, but you know,
I would gladly admit this man, the house has changed 7 times.
Yeah,
in the past month.
They're actually talking about building a city on Mars. But
so
we ain't gonna go there.
So this is why he's serious. So
there's an article out there. Check it out.
And so my question to you is, how many times, as somebody as a dreamer, as you mentioned about that, how many times have people talked to you and told you that you wouldn't amount to nothing or you wouldn't make it when you were younger? How many times did they say that you wouldn't be even what you are today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Different things like that.
Twice.
I'm mad he came off the cuff with that.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect no actual number.
I know he said twice.
He came off the cuff quick.
But that's almost.
It's 2 times that I'll never forget. One was by a teacher, and the other one was by my adopted father. Told me I was going to grow up and become a janitor, and I should get good at sweeping.
Side note, no shade to anybody, because you can own your own janitorial.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing though. Back then it was looked down on.
A couple episodes.
It was looked down on being a janitor.
No, yeah,
it was supposed to be this.
Yeah, he said it in a negative fashion.
Exactly, right. So, and then the other time was I was 5th grade, Miss Petite. I was, and she said, I believe she said it out of frustration. I was being disruptive in the class, but I was being disruptive in a way where I was trying to prove her wrong.
Yeah,
I was one of those.
That sounds about right for you. All right.
She had made a mistake on the board. I corrected her. She got upset, and then told me to go to the principal's office after she had told me that I wasn't going to amount to anything.
And teachers and just adults in general don't realize what the last, like you said, you about to be 33, and you have not forgotten that to this day. Like, people don't understand, like, don't tell your kids that they won't amount to something, or just because you're frustrated. Don't. And it takes me to like even like a little quick. This is something that's like kind of an example or whatever to that. Like with my dog, right? I realized that if out of frustration, if you allow that frustration to build up, and now maybe he does something that's like it's really not that bad. It's nothing that's crazy, something that he's done before, whatever. But I was like, I told you before, and I get overly upset at him. Right now, I'm like, I yell at him or something, and now he's scared and feel bad, and it's like, and then you're looking like, why do that? So now he thinks, if he does that again, I'm going to yell, or things like that, and anything like that. Like, people hold on to that. You never know what they'll hold on to. You never know what it'll do to them just because you were frustrated one day, just because there was maybe one mistake they made or whatever the case may be, and you never really understand. Maybe they just didn't understand. I brought up the thing about a dog. The dog just genuinely may not understand. And it's the same with a kid. They may not understand what they're doing to that point. So that's why you're there to teach them. That's why we're there to help educate them and make them grow and make them better to, different things like that, so that they understand what they're doing and what they're not doing, what they shouldn't do, what they do, and things of that nature. That's like, and so I just challenge like us as adults and as well as other people, adults and parents, like when you're dealing with kids, you never know what they're going to hold on to. You never know what they're going to like keep and what could potentially hinder them from being something great in their life.
Right.
It's that one moment, like you just said. You specifically brought up 2 points because you remember these specific 2 points. Now, had you would have held on to that and let that, now it's going to do one of two things. It's going to either push you to go harder, or it's going to hold you back. Like, and the worst part is, most people get held back.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I don't want nothing to get what we've said to get taken out of context. It's not anyone's fault. Every time I had this conversation with people, people always get upset and say, "Oh, well, it's not our fault that we're in this situation." It's not.
Okay, I gotta play devil's advocate. I don't agree with that. Off rip.
What? That it's not our fault?
Because in some cases, people make that choice.
Oh no! But the mindset as to why we think the way that we think is not our fault.
Okay. In that sense, yeah.
But what? But what I'm
general, I get what you're saying.
But this
man, this I don't know, dog.
It's tough.
Look, no,
It's tough. Go ahead.
Hear me out because look, y'all know me. I'm more than likely.
I'll say on this particular
I'm
thing,
just
tougher
trying.
than we are.
I'm just trying to be nice. But
Don't be nice.
But
you be one of the group.
No, I'd be nice. But so I'm
Because when you're done, I'm gonna be real.
I'm gonna pull it full circle.
Keep it buck right now.
He gonna hit him with a pivot.
Yeah, I'm pull it full circle.
But
the thing is, yes, we have every excuse in the book. If you want to use it, you have it.
Sure.
Like, it's there.
For sure.
And my thing is, no one's going to help us get out from where we're at. It's as if we're waiting for Superman to come down with his great white cape and grab us and put us in a better situation. And here's the thing. Yeah, you looking at the great white cape, right?
I like what you did.
I understand the reference.
I like what you did. I like it.
But we're waiting for that to happen, and that's never going to happen.
No, that's yeah.
So
What about Batman?
He say black man? He said black man.
yeah,
He said black
That's
man.
the only person gonna say it was black man.
He said
So my
black
thing
man.
is-
He said black man.
I'm ahead.
I mean, Superman. What?
But at the end of the day,
New comic book right there.
at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for what we got going on.
Yeah.
Like, we know what to do at this point. We do. I mean, what I hate is for when I get in conversations with folks is to act like we're dumb. I think we're a lot smarter than what people try to give us credit for.
A lot more confidence coming.
My thing is, we like to use the "we dumb" when it comes to our event.
When it's convenient.
When it's very convenient, then we want to say, "Hey, we don't have access to nothing. We can't do nothing." But you find ways to find everything else. But you can't find a way. But here's the thing: Google is free.
It is, but some people are dumb.
We ain't talking about them. We talking about them. Everybody got cell
Couldn't help
phones
myself,
with
man.
data
Couldn't
plans.
help
Let me
myself,
tell you
man.
something. I agree. No matter what, I don't care how.
I started 3
not
businesses,
smart you are.
and then ain't
No,
nobody
that's
in my
real. That's
family,
real.
ain't nobody sit me down and tell me how to do. What I do, I Googled it, and
I
I
was gonna say,
Googled.
But we can
YouTube.
We can always all find something.
That's the thing. You can find a
what
grant.
they say.
You
What
can
they always
find-
say. They say Money Mayweather can't read or can't do certain things
Right.
or whatever.
Billionaire.
And yeah.
So my thing,
He got 6 new Rolls Royces outside right now.
Super. Yeah. Man.
so my thing
Make
is,
like $100 $100 million a fight.
So my thing at the
outside of
end of
Williams.
the day, when it all boils down to, is we have to make the decision that we don't want to do this no more. Now, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, hey, once you make that decision, hey, the next step you out. No, but it starts with the decision that I no longer want. This is not what I want, and it's not what I want for my kids.
Speak some knowledge right now.
If I don't want this for my kids, I'm going to make sure from day one, kids in the hood, the parents in the hood have the greatest responsibility to make sure that the way that they're living is not the way that the kids are going to live. How do you do that? You impart from the moment that they're born, telling them, hey, you're going to be better than this. You're going to do this. Look at every athlete that goes up there and they thinking their mom and stuff as they get drafted.
Because they pushed them to get out.
Yeah, at the Hall of Fame speech and stuff. The
real MVP.
It don't be like, oh, my mom just worked. My mom worked 3 jobs and took me to practice and took me to make sure I was in every game. Not, hey, you had to go get a job and you can't do this, that, and that. No, they made sure because put them in position to where they can get out.
I just want to put this out there, and I'm not making excuses. The ratio for an individual to come out and go to a league somewhere.
Oh no,
right. Just hear me out. I know. Just hear me out. It's a pretty large ratio.
Right.
I don't know it
next to none
per se. Right.
Yeah.
So I want you to consider that same ratio for all those black individuals, or just I'm just gonna say low income individuals, because it's not all just black people.
Right.
Correct.
That are coming out of these societies, these environments, these communities, where the large part of the community is making less than low income.
Yeah.
Right. There are people that are living off hundreds a month.
Right.
And for a lot of parents, whether single or two parent homes, who have those low incomes, are living in constant frustration.
Right.
It is very difficult for someone to have a frustrated mind, unorganized home, and have the mentality to go back and teach their kids not to be that way.
Yeah, that's why they have the greatest responsibility.
And it makes it that much harder.
100%.
And so I think that as we discuss this, one of the biggest solutions that we have to consider is, and this is something that people have been speaking on for decades, is coming back together as a community. Because a lot of that frustration that comes from those families and those homes is not having the support around them. We can go after the government support all day because, but at the end of the day, that's just a number on a page. And they can provide us a little income here and a little income here, a little bridge card here, a little bridge card there.
Yeah, that bridge card come in wonders, but yeah, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, it's a number on a page. It's not going to provide you the emotional support.
Right.
It's not going to give you camaraderie. It's not going to help you when you're at your lowest point. You need a lot of these things as a community to build you up so that you can relinquish some of that frustration to be able to go back to your child and say, hey, listen, yes, you came up in this type of environment. Yes, we have these different struggles. Yes, we are held back in some manner, but there is a way. And I need you to have the focus and fortitude to look past what you are currently going through to see the possibilities of your future.
Ultimately, it just comes down to the mentality. I think we have to change that mentality, which we've talked about all episode about. It starts there. There's more to it, like you said. Like we've been chipping in and talking about different things. There's more to it along the way for sure. But the mentality is where it starts. G said it best that, people in those positions have the toughest responsibility.
For sure.
But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It's something that they need to grab hold of and say, I have the toughest responsibility, so let's go ahead and let's take this on. Because you want your kids to be better. You want
deep down,
things to
you
be
do.
better.
Deep down, you always want that.
Hopefully, not
You
even
would
deep
hope.
down. Hopefully, just on the surface, I want them to be
and
better.
I think, going to what he said, and when he first started, he said, well, that's difficult and that's hard. Yes, and that's why I want everyone to take into consideration before they have kids. I don't want to hear that excuse after you have them.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to hear how hard it is to do X, Y, and Z. These are all decisions. You're bringing another life into the world you have to take care of.
For sure.
So it's not. So you can't then say, "Well, it's difficult, so I'm going and I'm just going."
I don't think people take into account enough.
Yeah, they just like, hey, we just gonna have
life.
some kids. No, you actually have. So if that's not something that you can do, then don't do it.
Yeah.
We have enough babies. I promise. We don't.
Yeah.
you don't have to have. If you can't do it, you don't have to have one. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Until you're mentally prepared to do so.
Don't feel pressured that you gotta have one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All your friends having kids and all
That's
this.
terrible.
By the way,
I think that is a
No, that's a big thing, though.
I
That's
think
a
that's
big
a,
thing.
absolutely.
yeah,
Sure.
so we having kids.
It's
So let's have
an
kids.
it's a irresponsible and
Yes.
unfortunate thing, but it is.
But my thing is that's a really big thing. I mean, I'm not gonna go down your path because we can argue that one all night. The whole idea of separation, but we're not gonna have that argument. But I understand the gist of what you're saying. Oh yeah, you're saying the communities got to come back together and all that.
I
Good
ain't
stuff.
talking about like racial. I'm talking about communities like within your community.
Yeah, your own
People.
person.
I got you. I thought you were
Takes a
saying.
village. You talking about your
Oh, I
own-
thought you were.
your own
I thought you
person.
were.
Village.
Oh yeah, well, that's 100%.
If y'all don't stop doing it.
And I mean, it's true though. But it's very true.
I always hate it when people do it. It's
just-
so weird, bro.
But yeah,
Gotta interlock it all,
It's just 100%. 100%. That's just what needs to happen. We start sharing ideas.
But who really
And just
wants to be in the
pushing.
village? That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a mindset change that's going to take a
Well,
while.
I think one of the
kid at a
biggest
time.
issues with when it comes to, and I can only speak on my own community, at least growing up, the community that I stayed in or traveled through or whatever you want to call it, a lot of the issues stem from everyone wanting to be a leader. When you have a community, it doesn't have to be a leader, because at the end of the day, the whole point of the community is so that every single person can bring forth whatever they have available to bring forth to the community. And we're not talking financial. We're talking, I can assist here. I can, bring, my time here. I can help with building this. I can, cook this. I can, watch the kids here, or I can teach this. Whatever it is that you're bringing towards your community, because I'm doing it again, it's that togetherness that helps to.
That's about to be our new logo.
Thumbnail.
It's that togetherness that helps build up those communities so that the children can thrive.
Yeah.
And, I think that in itself is a solution to, people coming up or raising children in low income households.
But also, let's not act like being broke is not a fad, though. It's for some reason cool to be broke.
I don't know any people that's like that, but okay.
Because that's not the circle that you hang around.
But
that
it's
comes
not
into
the
mentality.
village.
But it's definitely
It's not the village.
because
The village
It's
that
not
I'm
the
in.
village that you in.
But that's
It's-
definitely
here's a-
that's a real thing though.
it's not necessarily cool to be broke. It's cool.
To talk about.
It's
Man,
that
I'm
is. But if you're not broke, that's a problem. We somehow vilified
Because
getting out of
misery
it.
loves
But-
company.
So that's the thing. You not X, Y, and
Misery
Z. You already know the
loves
word I'm
company.
going for. You not X, Y, and Z if you made some money. Unless
No, that's
it's
real.
unless it's money through rapping or money through something else.
Yeah,
Then
the screensaver was fire. That threw me off.
yeah, I know,
Something,
right?
you got to be
But-
something very illegal or something
Yeah,
established.
you,
No,
but
really.
you
Something
couldn't
that has
have
a
went
big
to
title
school and became a lawyer or
Yeah.
something like that.
No, they won't.
that ain't.
Well,
we
I
have
also
to
don't
stop
think.
doing
Also,
that.
don't think.
Yo, city
I
boy.
also don't think in communities that is shown a lot, like in the light.
100%.
Like, hey, I'm a black pilot, right?
Right.
In the hood. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, or group came from the hood.
It's,
You know, like,
it's
things
something
like that.
about. It's something about.
I'm a director, not an actor. I'm
Being
a
an
director. Stuff like that.
intellectual or someone who works in a field where it requires a high cognitive thinking process.
We are
right?
using words today, y'all.
So I think living in being from a community where you don't have thinkers
Yeah.
Yeah.
to go and do a job or have a career where you constantly have to think and
Yeah.
consider and create, and go back to your community and say, hey, this is what I do. They're gonna look at you kind of
Yeah.
sideways. and be like, why you doing that? You know what I'm
people
saying?
only
You could've
prefer
did this, that, and the
Yeah,
other,
because
right?
people only prefer to be around people that's like them. And unfortunately, when you get out, you're not like them anymore.
You got to get the money. They think you got to get it the way they think you got to get it.
Yeah, that's the only way.
There's so much money out here, man.
It's
It's a whole lot of
and
money
it's-
to make,
Boy,
and I'm
it's
trying,
crazy.
and
So
I am
much
trying to
money
get a
out here,
bunch.
man.
I mean, it's legally, you know.
Facts.
So
Right.
Facts.
that's all.
So much money
That's
out
all.
here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and I mean, and at the end of the day, it's like they're saying, we should all stay. We should all stay in the city. We shouldn't move out to the suburbs and all that good stuff. I think that's purely safety. I think people look too deep into that stuff too.
Ideally, it would
I think
be
people stay
great for people to stay.
Yeah, and I think they
in the
would.
cities.
But they
the
know the
problem
more
is-
money they make, the bigger target they are.
And the more people are going to, the
That's
more
all.
people are going to hate them. The more
Right.
people are going to look to
So it's
take from them.
Yeah, it's
discriminate and everything.
easy for people. Oh yeah, just stay. Just do this, that, and the third. Yeah, and then
If you look back in the,
they're doing it for safety.
You'll get this. In a perfect world,
I say it all the
Hey,
time.
go
My
to
girlfriend
law,
probably,
go to law.
is probably
Hey,
tired
check
of hearing that.
Check
Tired of hearing that
tape.
from me. I say it all the time. In a
Check
perfect
tape.
world, what you're saying is completely true. In a perfect world, we will all stay where we at. We get a big house over there in the east side and chill and park my car and do my normal stuff. Leave the key in there.
You off a Mac and be with it. You know what I'm saying?
Good. But my thing is, it's just not the case.
Listen, I
we
grew
know
up
we
in
can't
that
do that.
neighborhood.
So,
I grew up in that neighborhood. You ain't leaving nothing unlocked.
but that's the thing. It's like we all
In
know
fact,
that.
you
Might
got
wanna-
you got the
might wanna-
steering wheel locks on your car. You taking the battery.
you might want to put a blanket
things
over your
off.
car so they don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. We
Not
all,
even that.
we all
You don't
know
do that. You don't do
We
that.
all know that.
You
They
got,
wanna look
you got
what it
wheel
is.
lug locks.
That's true.
Must
You
be
got
something
the
fancy.
wheel lug locks. You got the steering wheel lock. You taking the thing off your battery.
Actually, matter of fact,
You got-
you just gonna
you
buy
got-
a Pinto just because.
Oh yeah, people. That's the thing though. That's the thing.
I'm about to
People
allow it
in the
just because.
hood. There's some people, individuals in the hood, that have a little bit of money, right?
But you won't know it.
But you won't know
know.
it because they intentionally buy things
But that's
that
sad you gotta
won't
do that, though.
won't
It is
make
sad.
them a target.
That's it's sad you got to do that. That's
It's
my
very
point.
sad.
So why not just go out somewhere where you can just go to the gas
that's
station
why
at
people
12
leave.
at midnight to
That's
2
why-
o'clock in the morning, and
That's-
I'm just listening to music, chilling,
hold on,
because
time
I'm
out.
not scared.
Hold on, time out. In the suburbs, gas
Gas
stations
station.
don't stay open at 2 a.m.
They do.
There's
Yeah,
some
they do.
around me that do.
Yeah, they do. I've been living in suburbs a long time. I know.
Okay,
there
I'm
are
sorry. I'm sorry. In rich neighborhoods, our gas stations
Oh,
don't
don't be
stay
bougie.
open until. No, I'm just
Bougie. Right?
I'm
He
just
said
messing
rich
with you.
neighborhood. He must be talking about Birmingham. That neighborhood down the street from him.
Hold on.
Oh, he trying to throw shots.
Few things.
All right, look. So
Few things. Some real big houses by me. So I'm just gonna toss it out here. Toss it out here also. Real big houses.
I'm just messing with you. But no, for real.
Gas
Yeah, man. This is
More real.
This has been an
this has
eventful.
been fun, man. As usual, man. We got to change our mentality about how we go about raising our kids.
Yep.
How we talk to them. You know, how we encourage them, what we say to them, what's going to last with them.
Our own mentality.
And change our own mentality about it's not just okay to be mediocre.
If you want more, go get more.
Come with the knowledge, dog.
My thing is, don't don't call them dreams. Set goals. Like those. Like this is something I'm going to reach. Not something I'm just dreaming about. No, this is something I'm going to go do. And even if you don't make it,
Set
that's
a
around the
goal
room.
from your dream.
Right. You dream to go. That's it.
Me and my wife, we stopped using the word budget. We started using the phrase financial plan.
Right.
Right. And financial plan is because budget is reactionary.
Right.
It's based on what I think or what I have. Right. I have to be able to budget what I have
To pay for X, Y,
to
Z.
pay for X, Y, Z. But with a financial plan, I'm planning out all the expenses and assets that I have so that it can do this, that, and the other for me in the future.
Yeah, it's mental.
Right?
It's mental aspect.
And it may not sound like something major, but it's a beginning to a mindset change.
That's all it is.
And we started doing this a couple years ago. And
How long you been married?
4.
Okay.
We talked about that the other day. If you
Yeah.
looked in the chat,
He didn't look.
you don't pay attention.
No, you don't. But
You got all the time in the world to watch
it's-
TikTok videos, bro.
Oh yeah.
But
But I think it's those small things that help us in changing our mindset. If you can find that one thing to begin with that's going to allow you to get the jump start on changing your mindset, whether it be, planning out your day, planning out your week, making goals, short term, medium, and long term. Taking and writing down those dreams that you have for yourself, the dreams that you have for your family, writing them down and see if you can create a plan from them. These are the kinds of things that are going to help us as a community to go out and do better for ourselves and do better for our children. Being able to come together as a community. And help each other. I think there are people in our community, at least our circle, that are constantly looking out for each other. And sometimes coming from our background, we have a difficult time in accepting that support.
true, absolutely.
I think if you're open to that support and you're open to provide support,
Yeah.
it's going to help with not only building up the community, but it also teaches the children around that community that you don't have to feel like there's no help out there for you.
Yeah.
Right? It gives them a sense of empowerment.
Yeah.
And it allows them to be strong in whatever their desires are, so that they can go out and pursue the things they want to pursue.
That's dope. That's dope.
I feel it.
I'm still gonna call it a budget, but
After all that.
I'll just
Gave a great description with a
Eloquent
story, background.
I had to be that
That boy
guy.
had beginning, middle, and end.
That's called a story.
Time with Don.
All right, bro. All right, bro.
I hope y'all have enjoyed this season. We've enjoyed, storytelling. Like we've enjoyed, discussions and having a good time. We have genuinely enjoyed all the laughs.
The banter's been nice.
It's always going to be nice.
You said the what?
The banter between Chuck and G. Like, I was like,
I mean,
Shaw.
that was early on.
I mean,
We had like 2 episodes.
can you really
where
call
was-
it banter?
Hey, but just to recap, the police episode was probably our best episode this
Yeah,
season.
that was definitely our best episode.
That was a really good episode. We had 2 episodes. Please.
Yeah,
They were
it
both
was-
good.
They
Yep.
were both excellent.
That's the 2 episodes I'm talking about.
Yep.
They were excellent.
They were just doing something.
We had a lot of really good episodes, though, man.
Y'all argue a lot.
They do.
It's not argument.
They definitely.
That one was an argument, but the rest of them, weren't arguments.
a gentleman's disagreement.
Yeah, we disagreed.
No, y'all were.
That one was just more of a spirited disagreement.
That's what people say.
It was a
when they
vigorous
argue.
discussion. It was a vigorous
So,
discussion between you two.
I
what?
wouldn't.
A vigorous discussion.
I don't think I would use those terms.
No,
but
I
that's
wouldn't
fine. I don't like the word vigorous, but I do. What I will say, it was spirited. It was a
Spirited
debate.
discussion.
Vigor. That's the same thing.
Dog, moving on, bro. Hey,
It's a little different.
It's not though.
I
It's a
just don't
different
like
word.
the word vigorous. That's all.
Different word.
I like the word spirited. Spirited debate.
All right, so we've had a blast, and we hope that after all of this, we can come together.
As a community.
Signing off from Boys to Men.
I won.
52.